Hi guys, so I stripped the carb off and we're going to have a look at it, see if we can clean it. Probably dirty, I'm having a look at some of the things here. So we're just going to take it apart. Well, usually just check that you know whereabouts this is placed. So you can put like a little pen mark along the side and the carb, or just count how many rotations in and then take it out. So we're just going to whiz through this. So, we got an external bowl on this carb, which is pretty cool. Here you got the float goes in there, petrol comes in, pulls that up, and the petrol goes through that little hole in there. And that goes in through into the bottom here and gets fed through from vacuum in here. Lovely. So, we've got the pilot jet and the main jet and the other air screws here, and we've got just a little stopper here. So what we're going to do is get some carb cleaner. Other carb cleaners are available, and we're just going to spray, load in this cap here and put all the bits in there and make sure they dissolve all the gum, residue and varnish from the petrol. Make it nice and clean so it flows petrol very nicely. Right, now you've got that soaking in some carb cleaner, you can leave that to sit for a bit, dissolve some of the gum, and we can have a look at the actual main carb body itself. Now, usually you want to get that nice and clean, just in there. Let's put the light on. Just in that bowl there, and get that nice and clean, free of residue and dirt. And as well as these little holes here at the front, the main carb body there. Oh, let it adjust. This little jet area, and any other main jet or pilot jet holes or air screws, whatever you want to call them. Just get the carb nice and clean and clear of any gum or residue so it can flow easier. So I'm just going to go through, spray through most of the holes, put some in the bowl as well. There we go. Lovely. Now, the cool thing with this carb is this what sits on top of the float there. Just like that. Oh, the other way around. Just like that. And this little button here pushes the float down to squirt some petrol into that hole. So if you see the float, it goes in there like that. Just there. This little thing here that pushes down, oh, get it in focus, as that fills up with petrol, that little thing pushes it down, pushing petrol up into that little hole there. Lovely. So it doesn't actually have a choke, but that just primes the carb, gets it a bit richer, puts some petrol in it. Lovely. So we're going to let these parts sit for a bit until they dissolve, and we're going to have another spray at this and give it a clean, as the external once it's sat for a bit. Right, so when you're cleaning carbs using this carb cleaner, I do advise that you use gloves and safety goggles, as always. Take it from me, it does sting quite a lot if you get it on a cut or anything, so just being safe. Almost out of carb cleaner, I'll just grab some more. Right, so we've got carb cleaner. I'm just going to clean the outside of the carb, get it nice and clean, and I'll join you when that's done. Right, so one of the main reasons why we clean it is you find out little pinholes like that, which can be a pain in the arse usually, because sometimes you're just going along and you got an air leak and you don't know where it's coming from, and you got a hairline crack or something in the carb, and if you didn't clean the actual carb itself, then you would never have found that hole. But luckily this hole actually goes straight through. You see that little hole there? It doesn't actually go into the carb body itself, so we escaped there quite luckily. But yeah, emphasis on the cleaning the carbs. It's not just the interior, it's the exterior, because then you can find any cracks or any problems. I'm just going to keep cleaning now. Right, there we go. It's pretty much soaked, giving it a scrub down, giving it a clean. Usually what I like to do is get a air compressor, shove some air down these holes right here. Just clear out any of the crap that's might have been caught up in there. And that one there. So I'm just going to do that. Maybe give it another spray, make sure it's clean, make sure there's no cracks or anything. Like that one there. No, that's not a crack, just joking. Anyway. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, we're back. Got my air compressor as well. So shove some air down here. There we go, lovely. Right, so our carb base clean, hopefully. No problems, no clogs. Looks right. The holes look pretty clear. No gum residue. So we're good. So, I'm not sure whether I've left this long enough. Should probably leave it for at least an hour or so. But just having a look in some of these, you probably can't see in there. But take my word for it, it's pretty rusty. I don't know whether that helps at all. I'm pretty sure I can't get the camera to focus. Come on, focus. But that's not black, that's rust in there. So this is where the main jet's at. It's the main jet itself. Pretty gummy. And the hole underneath it. Can you get the hole? It's not very clear. So that means there's gum inside the hole of the main jet. So spray some carb cleaner down that. Give it a clean up. And if you've got compressed air again, it does help. just to shove some air through. So now, hopefully you should be able to see that in comparison from before, the hole in the middle is a lot bigger. Sorry about the light if that doesn't work. But you can see how big the hole is now compared to what it was before. So that's cool. I'll give that a clean up. Back in the pot. Same thing with the pilot jet. This whole arrangement here, just get the camera to focus. You got the little hole just there. Come on. And this just needs a bit of a scrub up, a bit of a clean. Should be alright. Let's have a look at the hole, if you can see it. I'm not sure whether I'm hurting your eyes, but it's not extremely clear, really. So, again, as usual, lavish with carb cleaner. Through the hole, give it a spray with some compressed air. And again, you can see that hole is opened up a bit. So it's got all the gum residue that's congealed on here from when the petrol evaporated, leaving behind dirt and rubbish. So I'm just going to go through, pretty much do the same thing for all the bits and bobs in here, and reinstall them in the carb, making sure they're clean. So, fast forward again. Okay, of course. Right, everything's clean. That's been soaking for a while. Yeah, it's clean now. So we just got to pop it all back together. Make sure it works. Fingers crossed. Right. Quick montage. Right, got a clean carb now. Lovely. Lovely job.